Hello, I'm Lee Boyce. Nice to meet you. I'm currently doing some training on a mission outside of France. You may have noticed that by the wed bearer I'm rowing, I work for Unit. As a matter of fact, I've just been promoted to Unit Director. I start work on Saturday. Yes, I know, Saturday. But someone has to save the world, seeing as how my friend the Doctor is currently trapped on another world. Usually he is a hero, but last year he got caught up in an explosion at Fort Paul. We thought he was dead, but then I got shot in the leg and fell into a coma. And then I woke up in another world. I was transported there by a guy called the Star. Awful name, awful guy. On Earth, it turned out that I was in a coma, of which I woke up after a few days, but the Doctor didn't wake up. In fact, I think he chose to stay behind. I know he's not dead because we companions would feel it. We would get this feeling, but I don't have it, so he's not dead. However, he also had a friend called Baines who's also caught up in the explosion, but he never made it to the other world, and we never found his body in the ruins. We really hope he's not dead. He was a lovely lad, and he nearly became my brother-in-law, but that never worked out. We may have to do a little bit of running. We do a lot of this when travelling with the Doctor. He's obsessed with running down corridors and across my down! You okay? Now go get to cover while I plant this explosive device. I highly recommend you run! Oh, you're waking up. You were unconscious for a few minutes, too near the blast, so let me start from the beginning. The whole story. In 2010, the Doctor met a man named Captain Nick Hammond. Although he was never an actual qualified captain, they travelled together for a while, fought cybershades, witches, and many other enemies of the Doctor. And after a few months, Nick left the TARDIS, leaving the Doctor alone once more aboard his time-travelling ship. Then on December 24th that same year, the Doctor returned and met me and my sister Nikki. She looked a little different back then, mind. The Doctor literally dropped in out of the sky, crashing his TARDIS into the Thames. Me and Nikki took him back to our house for him to get warm and for a cup of tea. It was then that I got a call from my boss, Drummer Royale. There was an unknown spacecraft heading for the planet Earth, and I had to do something to sort it out. Then my sister was attacked. Something had attacked her. The Doctor, being the Doctor, did a mini Sherlock Holmes and traced whoever it was that attacked my sister to a forest. When we got there, the spaceship was landing. We were led to a cave in which was when we first met the Star. Although I had not met the Star at that point, but he tied my sister and the Doctor together, and then took some of the Doctor's DNA, and believe me, DNA like that can change the eternity of time itself. After getting his DNA, the Star took off back into the stars, and so did we. The Doctor invited me and my sister to travel with him. Of course we said yes. He took us to so many places, some beyond your wildest dreams. We met Henry VIII, Charles Dickens, who in fact the Doctor knew personally quite well. But then one day, me and my sister left. Don't ask me where because I don't even know. But then a year later, Nikki was in Dublin on business and the Doctor called. I was in town at the time. He flew me to China, to a little village. He had been there before and wanted to know the truth about why so many people died in an instant. We solved that mystery no problem. I was a little confused in fact. I still don't know the answer. Then I was about to head back onto the TARDIS, but Unit called and summoned me to Australia on a mission. I was there a couple of months. Until one day, out of the blue, I was contained by my own workforce, captured and imprisoned with my sister in a cell 100 feet beneath the ground. We were in there for ages. We didn't know that outside there was a rift open above the London city, leading back to 1941, a night of the Blitz. As bombs fell back then, they would fall through to this time. And guess who was behind all that? Yep, you guessed it, it was a star. He had also made a clone of the Doctor from the DNA he took the previous Christmas. Luckily, Baines shot his clone. All of this led to my boss, John Royale, to being fired. He always had a grudge against the Doctor. Out of jealousy, he ordered a missile to the fort. The Doctor had stopped the Blitz colliding with London, but he did not know that there was a missile on its way to kill him and Baines. Meanwhile, me and my sister were in London being chased by a helicopter. The General's assistant let us out of the cell secretly, which angered him even more. He ordered a shoot to kill on us. I diverted the helicopter so my sister could get away, but I was shot in the leg. I died. At least, I thought I did. But turns out I fell into a coma. The missile exploded the fort with the Doctor and Baines inside, and the General got a private letter from David Cameron relieving him of his duty. All of that in one day, but hey, that's what happened when you're with the Doctor. When I woke up, I was on another world. I was on a beach. I was walking along and I found the Doctor. He too was on the beach, confused as to where we were. We both thought we were dead. We weren't alone on the world either. There were two alien races at war. The Zetas, which were lovely little blue fellas, and the ACs. Me and the Doctor stayed overnight in a Zeta hotel, a hotel built within a cliff. However, the next day there was a large battle out on the beach. Me and the Doctor escaped, only to be greeted by the Star. I did not know who he was until then. I thought he was an angel coming to take me home, but then I realised. I began to run away, but then he vaporized me. I mean, yes, I'm still alive obviously, but that day on the beach was the last time I ever heard from the Doctor. A whole year has passed since then, and there's still no sign of him, nor Baines. But I know this. He will return one day, and when he does, he will take me and my sister back into the stars. Until then. Hello, this is Matthew Reynolds of Films UK, and I'm here to announce that the first episode of Nathan Carter's third series of Doctor Who, the fan series, begins this Saturday on the 1st of September 2012. It is really quite amazing, but I have only one question. Have you been vaccinated? Well, see you then.